say that he can beat you at this weight?
No, you know, everybody wants to fight with me, so it's fine.
That being a biggest fight possible in boxing, is that something you'd actually be interested in?
You know, it's crazy when you asking about that because you say, your Machado is coming out of the other weight classes and that's it, and he's welterweight. So don't make sense. He's a great fighter. But for me, in my weight class, it's an easy fight. For me, easy money. So if the money is right, I'm in. Because, you know, I don't like to fight guys like Crawford because he move a lot and the fight is no. But if the fight made sense, why not?
A lot of people have him at #1 pound for pound. You think that's fair to you?
You know, it's a few people there who deserve the #1 pound for pound. And
Terence Crawford recently called out Canelo Alvarez in response to the king of boxing, sending an angry message that has fans talking in a new video. Alvarez firmly declared, "Send me the contract," signaling his openness to a potential fight. There is a lot of talk about one of the most exciting fights in recent history, because Crawford wants to fight the Mexican giant in this clash of champions. Both fighters are at the top of their careers.
Right now, in your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion, something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as #1.
Has the Canelo fight, you know, realistically left your mind once he said he's not interested, or you still pursuing it?
Not at all. You know, I think business talk. You know, with the right business come across the table, you know, it happens. I just be talking, man. Canelo a big dude, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I believe in my abilities. He's a heavy dude, but he's not a big guy. Like, he's 5'8", I'm 5'8", you know what I mean? 'Cause my arm's longer than his, you know? So that fight would be...
Canelo Alvarez is from Guadalajara, Mexico, and he is the current undisputed super middleweight king. He has won 4 world titles. Canelo has fought and beaten some of the biggest names in boxing, solidifying his position as one of the best in the sport. He is known for his incredible strength, defensive skills, and ability to adapt in the ring.
Canelo is beating these guys with all 5 layers of defense. #1, feet. #2, elbows, hands, shoulders, and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no losses, no draws. And follow for more.
I mean, you fought Floyd Mayweather at what? You're 23?
23.
That's so fucking young.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I tried to beat him because, you know, if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world at 23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience, he's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
You think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No.
What do you think?
I think it's tough fights and difficult fights. That was
Terence Crawford from Omaha, Nebraska, is also a multiple division world champion. He has won titles in the lightweight, light welterweight, welterweight, and super welterweight weight classes. Crawford is known for his ability to switch hit, his high ring IQ, and his knockout power. Crawford became the undisputed welterweight king after his victory over Errol Spence Jr.
When he fought Canelo and he was like standing right in front of Canelo and Canelo's just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he fought Danny Jacobs and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing and weaving. That's all what he learned from fighting Floyd.
Listen, Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time. Power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference. And that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep that in mind as well.
I'll say he is the hardest, for sure. One of the fighters that hit very hard was Angulo. You know, he's a Cuban guy, and he punched very hard too. So I'll say both of them are like the same, but, you know, with Canelo, I was just mentally ready for his shots. You know, I already told myself, I know I'm going to get hit. I know I'm going to get hit on my chin, but it's, you know, I got to bite down on my mouthpiece and push. You know, and look what happened in the third round. I got hit with a left hook. I dropped. We be practicing in camp the whole time, you know, keeping my right hand to my chin. And I wound up just moving, and he connected right on my chin. And you see how I punched my glove. You know, that's like a thing for me when I, you know, my last time when I got dropped, I was punching my gloves. Cause I'm like, damn, I got hit with a shot. I'm not supposed to be on the floor. But, you know, it comes to boxing. You know, the greats done got dropped, you know, got hurt. But it's about how you come back and respond.
Terence Crawford openly challenged Canelo Alvarez, saying he wanted to move up to 168 LBS to fight the Mexican superstar. Canelo Alvarez replied to the call out in a video message, saying, "Send me the contract if he really wants to fight." This comment shows that Canelo Alvarez is willing to fight if the terms are acceptable.
Talk about this. Terence Crawford just tweeted, Canelo versus Crawford is definitely by far the biggest fight in boxing. This guy is not playing around. All right. Crawford, pound for pound, #1. Canelo, biggest star in boxing still at the moment. Anywhere. I'm not talking about just in the US, Mexico, the UK, everywhere. Canelo is now open. At first, it was, hey, I can't go down to 160. I can't do a catch weight of 160. If he wants to fight me, it's going to be at 168. Plus, I'm not going to get any credit if I beat a Terence Crawford. It would be like Terence Crawford fighting Tank, moving 2 weight classes up, and I'm not going to get credit for that. Terence Crawford is a special fighter. He is like a Floyd and a Manny that can move up to weight classes, carry his power, can beat up bigger guys. He's a special...
Big difference in weight is one of the main topics of conversation about this possible fight. Canelo Alvarez has been competing at a 168 LBS, while Terence Crawford's latest fights have been at 147 and 154 LBS. Canelo Alvarez has expressed concerns about the size disparity, saying that weight classes exist for a reason, and that moving up multiple divisions can be difficult.
It was just tough, man. It was just a tough year, which at the end of the day, I'm a fighter. I believe who I am, the confidence and my skills and talent. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I do. It was just tough. And did it play in the fight? It played in the whole circle, you know, like the communication level, like between me and my dad, just a whole lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That usually is there, wasn't there because of the situation, which is, to me, fine, because I went through with it. I believe in myself, my talent, and whatever happens, happens. But I'm not going to be shy or run away from something because, like, life is going on. But this is my life also, is boxing.
Yeah, what caused, you know, you mentioned your brother was in a coma on the 4th floor, your mom in a coma in the 5th floor. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I feel like sometimes I'm letting a little bit out. It's more like an intimate settings where I can sit down and have an interview, and I feel like I can like tell somebody face to face. Over the phone, it's kind of like, you know, not the proper way I would like to deliver like my message, but yeah, just tough, man. It's just tough. It was just a tough time.
Yeah,
tough time, man. It was a tough time. And then I lost my mom. No.
Yeah, no, I could, you know, I could see it still affects you. You know, I know it comes in waves. All of a sudden, it just crashes on you, and you get like, you know, a flood of emotion going through. So, you know, my condolences to you on that, Demetrius. I'm sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, in terms of the performance, you know, a lot of people were wondering, like, hey, you know, like, well, what's going on here? This is not the Demetrius we're used to seeing in the ring. Others have pointed out, like, hey, that's just what happens when a Benavidez fights someone. It overwhelms them. But overall, now looking back at the fight, like, what'd you make of how it played out in your opinion?
I mean, I went in there and just, like I said, like some of the usual way of training or some of the stuff that I'm used to hearing wasn't there because the corner was silent. It was like me and my dad had have like a relationship during that time. Andre Rosario, who was like sort of new to the situation, and then it just was a whole bunch of silence. It wasn't the normal stuff like the stuff that will keep me.
Terence Crawford has confidently stated that a fight with him would be a lucrative opportunity for Canelo Crawford, highlighted his growing popularity and success, especially after becoming the undisputed welterweight champion, as key factors that would draw massive interest to the bout. He emphasized that their potential clash would generate significant revenue through pay-per-view sales sponsorships and global attention, making financially advantageous for Canelo to take the fight.